friends, once again, it is me, the Horror Miser Monty G, and yes, it's time for us to float again because it's time for us to review It Chapter 2. And yes, you'll float too. Now, It Chapter 2 is a 2019 supernatural horror movie. It is directed by Andy Muschietti. It was written by Gary Dummerbaum. Yes, they did the Chapter 1 movie. This is obviously based upon the novel of the same name by Stephen King, and it has an all-star cast with James McAvoy, Jessica Chastain, Jay Ryan, Bill Hader, Isaiah Mustafa, James Ransom, Andy Bean, and of course Bill Skarsgård. Now, once again, this is Chapter 2 of the book. We were a bit hesitant because we all know what happened in the 1990 miniseries second part, where that one wasn't as good as that one, and we all know about that goddamn spider. Which I'll get into that later. But let's see what I have to say about It Chapter 2. Yes. Taking place 27 years after their first encounter with the terrifying Pennywise, the Losers Club, and all grown-ups now, have to return to Derry to put an end to that dancing clown once and for all. Yeah, that's basically the premise of the movie. Now, after the success that It Chapter 1 had, the filmmakers have come together and now brought us the concluding chapter of Stephen King's frightening novel. This is the adult version of the Losers Club, which was similar to what the 99 TV series did. And we know how bad that second part of the miniseries was, and I won't bring up that fucking paper machete spider! Ran over. So, can director Andy Muschietti and screenwriter Gary Dauberman can create the same magic as they did in Chapter 1 here in Chapter 2? Abso-fucking-Lucy and then some. Oh, man. I'm still floating. What the filmmakers crafted here is not only a brilliant follow-up to Chapter 1, but an excellent, well-told, nicely placed, and very well acted, and of course, terrifying horror movie. This is definitely one of the best horror movies of the year, and it'll probably be my number one horror movie by the end of this year, because I can't see anyone topping this. Yeah, I'm still floating. Once again, taking place 27 years later, Mike Hamlin, who still lives in Derry, contacts Bill, Beverly, Ben, Richie, Eddie, and Stanley, letting them know that Pennywise is back after it kills the man that's once again terrifying children again. He reminds them of the oath they created when they first defeated the dancing clown. Once reunited, the losers must gather their wits, put aside and confront their fears, and find the strength and courage to defeat Pennywise and end his reign of terror. That's basically the plot. Now, one of the things I love about this movie is how well paced this movie was. Now, keep in mind that the runtime is 170 minutes, which is close to 3 hours, and is not known for horror movies. And keep in mind, this is not Avengers Endgame. However, Andy does an excellent job with the pacing of this movie, as if there's never a dull moment in the movie. I didn't experience any dull moment in this movie at all. We get to see what's happening. We get to see what's happening with the Losers Club since Chapter 1, other than Mike. Now, while most of the losers are quite successful, you can tell they're not happy as they're still haunted by Pennywise. Yeah, he's still scaring the shit out of them, even if they're grown. Even though they really can't remember it because they don't have their memories, but for some reason they're still frightened. They're still scared. It's still ruling their lives. Now, none of this is rushed neither, which some people might find boring, but these aren't children anymore that we saw back in Chapter 1. They're grown-ups now, and they have more depth than what they have back when we saw in Chapter 1. Gary Dauberman's script explores that with the adults so that we can connect with them just like we connected with them when they were children. But there is also the emotional drama that the Loser Club is dealing with by coming back to Derry. They have fears, they have secrets, and there are some reveals that's coming to life throughout the film, and the filmmakers do such a wonderful job of showing that drama and to the audience, and the actors do a brilliant job in expressing it, and I'll talk about the acting later. Once again, the cinematography of this film is just excellent, whether it's the exterior shots of Derry, this was filmed around Toronto area, or the dark, dreary, and eerie scenes when Pennywise's forms attack the group. Just like in the first movie, Andy does a good job in creating tension and atmosphere and fear when the losers start confronting their past and those memories turn into living nightmares. We do get some great effects of those living nightmares. Now, they might not be as frightening like they were in the first movie. It's probably because since we were dealing with kids or children back then, but these effects are still creepy looking and they're still scary. Yeah, here's even one that got me. I was not expecting that, and I won't say what it is, but it did get me. When we do see some of the forms that Pennywise took in the first movie, we do see return of those forms, but we do get some new terrifying form, and then he does a good job of how they bring those fears to our heroes. I mean, they're very literally scary looking and frightening, and some downright, ooh man, that looks look terrible looking, almost made me want to throw up. Now, they may not be children, but they still feel fear, even as adults, and the images the audience are seeing are very quite scary. And like I said, I was like, ooh, God, that's there are some very creeped out scenes that we saw in this movie, and I'm not kidding either. Now, we know how bad the second part of the 1990 TV miniseries was, mainly because the adult actors of the Losers Club really didn't work well like the children did, but we don't have that problem here. Really got to give the casting people credit for how they cast these actors, because all the actors cast here do a fantastic job of playing the adult versions of the losers. From James McAvoy all the way to Andy Bean, all of them play their roles very well. I mean, once we are reunited with everyone in the beginning of the movie, all their mannerisms, what we saw when they were children, what we love about them, they're at full display here, and it's such a joy seeing watching. I had a great time in the first part of the movie. They also show all the emotional scars for what happened in the first film, especially James, who plays Bill, as he has a secret that the film explores very well, which I won't reveal here. Now, the best of the actors is Bill Hader, who plays the adult version of Richie. He was my favorite in Chapter 1, and Hader does just an outstanding job here as the adult Richie. He has very comedic timing. He has some of the funny lines in the film, so you got to give him credit for how he portrays an older version of Richie. Now, he also has a secret that gets explored here, but it's his relationship with Eddie that I enjoyed the most. Both he and James Ransom, who plays Eddie, they have such great chemistry together, and you can see that despite the length of time that they've been apart, they're still great friends. You can still see that camaraderie in them, and I thought both actors did a great job in just showing that emotion. And of course, Bill Skarsgård is once again terrifying as Pennywise. Now, he may not be as menacing in Chapter 1, but he still knows how to frighten children, and he knows how to frighten losers. I believe I even saw little vibes of Tim Curry in Skarsgård in this time, because you see when Pennywise is teasing his victims here, I saw little flashes of Tim Curry. Not too much, but little flashes of Tim Curry in this particular version of the film. But he's still terrifying. He's not as menacing, but he's still terrifying, and he still scares the crap out of children and the losers as well. Now, despite the fact I really did enjoy this movie a lot, but there is one tiny fault I do have. It's a very little one, and it's in the third act, which I believe some people might have problems with more than I did. Now, my only problem is I thought it went a bit too long. Could have been shortened down a bit, but I still enjoyed it. I understand what they were trying to do in that particular third act. I won't say why. I'll leave that to the spoiler review, because this is a spoiler-free review. I'm going to be doing a spoiler review. Hopefully I should have that up later on tomorrow. But for people who saw the movie might have an idea of what I'm talking about. Just a little bit tad too long, but it's still very effective in what they wanted to accomplish. So I can understand what they tried to do. I just thought they should have shortened it up a bit. So we have a very well-paced movie despite the 70-minute runtime. I didn't get bored by it. I didn't feel like I was sitting in the movie 3 hours. Just like with Avengers Endgame, even though this is not it. I just really thought everything they did in the film was excellent. Very well paced, very well acted. Really enjoyed the performances. All the actors did a good job in this movie. We have some great terrifying scenes. We have some very creepy imagery. We have some nice tension, great suspense. It's just so great how well made this put together. You really got to give Andy and everyone else, the producers, everyone else credit on this great project that they did. They really did a great job. And I really am great that what they did kind of made up for what they didn't do in part 2 of the 1990 series. So, the Horror Miser is going to open up his vault. And I'm going to give it Chapter 2 5 5, yes, all 5 of my gold coins. Yes, the first time ever I believed I've ever given a film 5 gold coins, because this movie is fucking awesome. Yes, I truly love it. This will definitely be my #1 horror film of the year so far. I can't see any other horror film topping it. Yes, I would put it this way: if I were to rank movies this year, I still say Avengers Endgame would be my #1 film, and this would be number 2 film. But as far as horror film is concerned, oh yes, It Chapter 2 is #1. So my horror fans, did you enjoy It Chapter 2 as much as I did? Or did you think it fell flat and there was something not as good as the first one? Leave your comments down in the comment section below and tell me what you thought about It Chapter 2. And just a small warning, like I said before, this is a spoiler-free review, so do not put any spoilers in the comment section. Save that for the spoiler review video that I'm going to hopefully have up by tomorrow. So again, if you make comments, don't put any spoilers in the comment section. Well, that's my video for the day, guys. Hope you did enjoy it. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up. Once again, if this is your first time here, please hit the subscriber button and ring that notification bell. That way you can come and enjoy the horror experience with me, the Horror Miser Monty G. And as always, all my social media links will be down in the description box below as well. Once again, my name is Lamont Smith, better known as the Horror Miser Monty G. And always remember, horror rules. This is appropriate. Georgie, take us home. We're out.